and Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills.
Bills Mafia! Please welcome your Buffalo Bills!
Mike Tirico in the booth with Greg Olsen and Blake Grupe on the field to get this started. And off we go from Buffalo. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and I'll tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. It's second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On second down, Allen. Open man is here, and that's complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's good third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
On third down, it's Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40. Big play there for the Bills. 2 yards.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Play action now, and here's Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable, incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, a good positive result.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Velus Jones now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round selection out of the 2024 draft. From South Carolina by way of Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On first down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground, and he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
At the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Rattler. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his big target. That's Johnson. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
And the Saints first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Now he'll run it, and he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
3-yard pickup.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. Looking to throw, Rattler. Shaheed with the catch, and he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's third down.
And it's third down.
Now Rattler gonna throw. He'll try to run for it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
Throwing now is Rattler. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
So as this nice drive continues, Mike, they find themselves first and goal. Offensively, anytime you maintain possession for this long, you have to come away with a touchdown. It feels to me, you settle for a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Flush to his right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
A 4-yard gain.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass. that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
To throw, it's Rattler. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
Well,
when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Here's Blake Groupie for the Saints, a field goal try. This, about as short as you can get. Groupie's kick is good, and the Saints will tie the game at 3 apiece.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That's taken in, Keon Coleman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
That is intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And good running on the return. That'll help him out as the ball right around the 45-yard line.
He's just late on that throw. I don't even think he ever saw that defender drop into the zone, and it ends up costing the team the ball.
The Saints offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Play fake. He'll look to throw. On the move left. He's going to keep it himself. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
There wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read. But that pass rush, they just can't get home, and he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, New Orleans.
And the Saints 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
1. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Rattler now back to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will take a 6-3 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And in motion is Coleman. Allen now on 2nd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Josh Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. Throw on the run is complete. And And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's a gain
That is a big gainer for the Saints. 32 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He'll step up and run, and he's going to get upended right at the line of scrimmage. And he's picked up and thrown down.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
It's been a game of field goals so far. The Saints out on top. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. 2nd and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. On play action, he'll set up to throw. There he goes again.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And there's a great example of the pressure altering the quarterback's plan. They need to continue to get him off his spot, continue to make him speed through those progressions. I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to find good success.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bills' offense back onto the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. First carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That was good for 29.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Give this to Davis. And that's pretty quick. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Now a 3rd and 2. That's Palmer, the man in motion. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
So 3rd and 2, sometimes it's not about being fancy. You don't need your back to be a hero. Make sure, no matter what, pick up the yards needed, convert that first down. Now, if there's an opportunity to pop it, great. But don't try to go for the home run and bring up 4th down.
A short throw caught by Kincaid. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Allen, gonna give it to Cook. Running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This one on the ground with Kamara. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it's going to be 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here is Allen. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
They'll look to throw. He takes off. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 32 yards.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 11 yards on the connection there. It's good for a Saints first down. On the ground, this is Kentre Miller. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. That's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Here's Rattler. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. Look to throw. Pass is caught by Olave. And he's into the end zone. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. Now Allen. That is caught by the tight end. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown Buffalo. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly... When things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bills make the lead 4. It is 17-13.
Saints 13.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Throwing now is Rattler. That one incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now Rattler going to throw, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff Gonna get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. First down, Allen. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target.
It's second down.
And it'll bring up second down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. On second down, here's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Third and a yard. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
One final throw before the break. That's to Kincaid once again. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one.
Matt Prater set.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Begin with a zone read. This will be a Saints first down. He's got this up to the 35.
He's brought down by Tre'Davious White. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Saints.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
On the ground, it's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Two nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Personal Ave, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
Looking to throw, Rattler. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get down and avoid the hit. Gain about 7, setting up third down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. That one, downfield for Cooks. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
The Saints will punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will not be returnable, as this kick will go out of bounds. The Bills offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
To 0, Keon Coleman. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
It's a gain of a yard.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Looking middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 11.
His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Allen. He'll step up and run this. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On first down, it's Allen. That's complete to Coleman. Whoa! And he will score! Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills.
This is simply just a check down, Mike, and it's got to be held to a short game, but instead he's physical, he's fast, and the next thing you know, he's in the end zone doing a celebration. It's funny what can happen when you get that effort with great execution.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will extend this third quarter lead.
Saints 13.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 7. In motion goes Cooks. To throw, it's Rattler. That's made right side. It's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
A gain of 18 on the
They
play.
get 18 on the pitch and catch.
New Orleans.
First down, New Orleans.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Throwing is Rattler. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
On the give, this is Kamara. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Left side into the hands of Olave. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he'll be close to a first down, a gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short. Now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Rattler now back to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Here's a toss to the right for Kamara, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Forced out wide. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15.
First down, New Orleans.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Right here with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, if that, but there is a flag on the field, and that is in the area where usually someone was held.
Still first down.
Here's Rattler. In trouble, and down he goes. Big Ed Oliver getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They'll look to throw. He'll step up and run.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain him. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
It looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense is him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. This from an even 50 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Saints are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, You don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. Now Codrington to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They go play action now. Here's Allen. This one brought in by Chris Samuel. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. His defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 44-yard line.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Fourth quarter begins with a run by Cook. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his man. That's Coleman. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2nd down, they need 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before before he picks up first and goal for his team.
That's good.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's Cook. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Saints 16.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Greg Russo in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Rattler gonna throw. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. Well, he's brought down. That pass is gonna pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Rattler. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Codrington to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Man in motion is first down. Allen. Samuel has it working the middle. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up second and a yard at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down. Allen's going to make the read and hold on here. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
It's the combination of size and speed that really differentiates Josh Allen from the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. So it makes a lot of sense that they're going to get the ball in his hands as often as possible. And we just saw why there.
Allen going to give it to Cook. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a second and 5. Out of the gun, here's Allen. This one completes to Palmer. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
He'll swing this one out to Cook. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Buffalo.
Bills. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Man in motion is Coleman. Throwing on second down, it's Allen. And he'll take it on in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Prater can tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills are able to extend the lead. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. Looking to throw, Rattler. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, they're mistaken who it is.
It's going to be taken down right at midfield. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Saints first down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the 4th quarter.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. 3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. To throw, it's Rattler. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
These are the situations where, as an offense, you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted. But let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big 4th down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
from the 39. Here's a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Saker.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Pass is caught by Olave. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. Cook's able to pull that one in. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, New Orleans.
Saints.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 21
They get 21 on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Rattler now back to throw. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. Here's Rattler. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Brandon Cooks, touchdown, New Orleans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds and is short of the goal line. And the try for 2 does not work.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but Their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion right. For Cook. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Throw here for Allen. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. New Orleans 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Here's a 3rd and 10. Allen down to a knee, and that should do it. So it's a win here for the Bills. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.